Have you ever wondered about Paimon, the mysterious floating companion of the traveler in Genshin Impact? Despite knowing almost everything about the world of Teyvat, no one, not even the Abyss siblings, truly knows what or who she is. But what if we told you that Paimon's true identity might have been hidden in plain sight all along? So sit back, grab a snack, and let's dive into the question, who or what is Paimon? But before we start the video, I have an issue I should mention here. After uploading last video about upcoming banners and next Abyss, I start getting DMs and comment that I stolen someone's content. Although I always do my research and writing scripts myself, but I use ChatGTP sometimes when I travel. And last video script was generated by ChatGTP, based on top searches related to Genshin on YouTube. After uploading video when I getting DMs, I thought maybe ChatGTP gave me a script similar to that channel. But when I checked their video, although content was similar, but script was totally different. Also, when I searched a little bit more, I found more than 5 channels who posted similar content. Some posted their video before this creator whose followers sending me DMs, and some posted after. So basically, point is, if you have a channel where you post leaks or prediction about games or other topics, content is bound to be similar to others. Think about it. Whichever topic I'll pick, there is 99% chances that someone already made content on that. Also, I'm using ChatGTP for this video as well. Now, without wasting any more time, let's move on to today's topic. Paimon claims that she was fished out of the water by the traveler 2 months before the events of the game. She was apparently lost, exhausted, and caught in a mysterious whirlpool. But after being rescued, she became the best traveling companion in all of Teyvat. But how could someone so knowledgeable about Teyvat's history and regions have such an unassuming origin? What's really behind those starry eyes? Paimon knows everything. About the Archons, about the nations, and about the land itself. But there's more to her than meets the eye. She can fly, she has immunity to the Abyss, and she can appear and disappear at will. And don't forget her constellation trail every time she takes flight. What is that all about? But perhaps the most intriguing detail is Paimon's outfit, adorned with celestial motifs, her cape. It features 3 moons orbiting each other, a symbol tied to ancient Teyvat. You see, in the distant past, the moon wasn't a single orb in the sky. It was home to 3 sisters, rulers of the night, Arya, Sonnet, and Canon. They were the sovereigns of the night sky, and they ruled in harmony. But their fate was sealed by a terrible calamity. The moons we see now, they're all that remains of them. Could Paimon, with her moon motifs and celestial powers, be connected to these ancient moon sisters? Is she one of them? Or perhaps something more? Legend says the Moon Sisters shared sovereignty, but when they failed to switch positions, disaster struck. Could Paimon be the last vestige of that power? Her cape, her knowledge, and her mysterious origins all point to one thing. Paimon is no ordinary companion. Her name, Paimon, shares its roots with a demon king in the Lesser Key of Solomon, a text often linked to the creation of gods and archons. Interestingly, Paimon even claims to be the god of protection, a title that resonates with the Moon Sisters' connection to fate and power.
Maybe that god has been crying all this time because they were bullied.
Crying? I don't think gods can cry. I mean, I've never seen Venti or Zhongli cry before.
There are exceptions. If you pinch Paimon, you'll be able to see a crying god.
Are you a god?
Paimon sure is.
Okay, let me guess. The flying god of silly questions? The god of slimes? Or the god of being fished out from the water?
Paimon's none of those. As your bodyguard, Paimon is the god of protection.
But here's the kicker. Paimon's cape shows 3 moons, and there's a theory that the moon's powers are tied to fate itself.
This travel companion of yours, do you know anything of her origins? No matter what, I cannot seem to discern a single shred of information regarding this floating fairy's fate. Oh? So you don't know where she comes from either?
So what if Paimon is one of the 3 sisters, or at least was one? What if, during the calamity that destroyed the Moon Sisters, she was stripped of her memories and power, leaving her as the Paimon we know today? Now, let's talk about another possibility. Paimon could be something even older, the first angel. The ancient Celestials were once a race of divine beings, and their curse? To lose their memories and power when they fell in love. What if Paimon is a fragment of the first angel who lived alongside the Moon Sisters, but was struck by grief and lost everything during the calamity? Her desire to guide the traveler? Perhaps it's a part of her ancient role. Paimon's knowledge of the world, her connection to the traveler, and her mysterious ability to guide the lost point to something much greater than her playful nature. Maybe she's not just a fairy or companion. Perhaps Paimon is a fragment of a once powerful being, searching for a way to reclaim her place among the stars. But what about the moon? Could it be that Paimon is connected to the moon in more ways than we realize? The lunar leviathan, the mysterious fish of the moon, has ties to wishes, just like how Paimon can grant wishes in exchange for stardust. This strange connection to the moon, the ability to grant wishes, and her celestial powers make her even more enigmatic. And here's where it gets even crazier. In the Lunar Realm event, we were tasked with catching the moonlit fish, the lunar leviathan. Could it be that Paimon, with her celestial powers and connection to the moon, is part of that very same legend? In fact, there's even evidence in the game itself. From the way Paimon acts, to her deep understanding of the celestial realms, it all seems to point to one thing. Paimon isn't just a floating companion. She is a being far older, far more significant than we could have imagined. She is a guardian, perhaps not just of the traveler, but of Teyvat itself. In the end, we may never fully know Paimon's true identity, but the more we look into her backstory, her powers, and her connection to the moon and the ancient gods, the more we realize that she might just be the key to understanding Teyvat's fate. So, who is Paimon? The traveler's guide? Or something far more celestial, destined to guide us through the stars? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, our journey with her is just beginning. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Paimon's identity, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Genshin Impact lore. Until next time, may the stars guide your way.